Hey guys, it's Benedictine's The Truth. Today I'm going to be telling you the truth about Christianity. I'm going to be giving you 10 clear signs that Christianity is false. Why did I pick Christianity out of all the religions in the world? Because I was a Christian. So I know a lot about Christianity. I actually stopped going to church in 2020. I was a Christian my whole life. Humans wrote the Bible. A lot of people don't want to point that out. Humans wrote the Bible. It's not like God Himself wrote the Bible. No, humans wrote the Bible. And we know that human beings lie. Human beings have been lying throughout history. Human beings are lying now. Politicians are lying. Pastors are lying. Your boyfriend is lying. Your girlfriend is lying. You know what I mean? Like, we know that people lie. So we shouldn't pretend as if those humans who wrote the Bible weren't like us. The Bible was written by people like me and you. And what do people want? They want power. What do people want? They want to gain control over other people. And what was the best way to gain control over other people back then? To make them believe that you were chosen. God chose you. It's not like people heard the verse of God, right? They heard the verse of God and they were like, oh yeah, this is what God wants us to do. Think about the 10 Commandments. I mean, wouldn't it have been better if God, gave everyone in the world the 10 Commandments instead of just telling one guy, like one person? That doesn't really make sense. He could have told everyone in the world because 10 Commandments are important. So everyone, should have known about the 10 Commandments, not just, one guy who's going to like tell everyone else. It doesn't make sense. It's not like some cloud formed in the sky with God's message. I mean, that would have actually been brilliant. You look up into the sky and you see God's message. And you're like, obviously that's what God wants. But He just tells some guy, just one guy. I mean, doesn't that make you suspicious? It's just a guy. And it's not like he was perfect. It's not like he was better than other people. I mean, he was God's servant. He listened to God according to the Bible, but that doesn't mean that he was perfect. You see, most of the people that God chose weren't perfect. They did a lot of horrible things in the Bible. They weren't. I mean, Paul, he used to be Saul. He used to unalive Christians. But where would anyone even like unalive? I mean, yeah, Christianity is not true, but they seem cool to me. It's not like, I hate Christians. It's not like I when I'm walking down the street, I feel like attacking Christians. No. I don't feel like attacking them. I don't feel like telling them that Christianity is not true. I don't approach Christians when I see them coming from church, be like, hey, do you know that your religion is not true? No. I have nothing against Christians. I have nothing against Christians. What I'm interested in is the truth. But Paul used to unalive Christians, but still God chose him. Why? Why did God choose Paul? What we know about humans is that they are full of shit. That's what we know. We know that human beings lie. We do know that human beings can stage miracles. It's not like we don't live with humans. It's not like human beings have changed. Human beings back then were, honest. Nah, humans have always been full of shit. So what makes, people, believe that those guys were really hearing from God if we can't hear from God now? If God is not speaking now, why should we believe that God was speaking to people back then? Especially if he didn't speak to everyone at once. I mean, that would have been, better. That would have been more believable. But it's not like God spoke to everyone at once. No, he would just speak specific people. Be like, hey, I have a message for you. I want you to spread this message. We're talking about a God that is actually omnipotent. I mean, it's not like, that's what we've been told, that God is omnipotent, meaning that he can do whatever he wants to do. Why does he choose people to spread his message instead of spreading his message himself? It doesn't necessarily need to appear. It doesn't necessarily need to speak. He could maybe show people visions, like he can do anything. Why did he choose to just select some people to spread his message? That should make you suspicious. Do you think some people who live like in isolated tribes know about Jesus? Do you think God selected one of them to spread the message of Jesus? Or it's us who gonna tell them about Jesus? You need to ask questions. Have you ever seen a miracle? I mean, I've never seen a miracle in my life. I was a Christian for 25 years. It's 25, 26, 20, maybe 27, for more than 25 years. And I've never seen a miracle. Not even one miracle, I've never seen an amputee get healed. I mean, that would be good. I mean, a lot of people will be like, damn, it means it's Christianity is true, like seeing just one amputee, just one. I'm not talking about all the amputees in the world, just one amputee, one. I've never seen an amputee get healed. The miracles that I've seen, what people, Christians call miracles, are just things that can happen. So they pray for someone who's sick. And then after some time, that person starts recovering and they say, oh, it's a miracle. Like, no, people do get sick and some of them do recover. That happens. It's not a miracle. It seems like God only performed miracles that we can't like really verify, He seems to heal invisible illnesses. If a person has a real illness, like they're actually sick, God stays away. And we don't see anyone gets healed in real time. But in the Bible, it did happen that some people got healed in real time. But in this world that we're in, that doesn't happen. Doesn't that tell you that they've lied? I mean, the Bible clearly says that, people will be able to perform miracles that, the people who lived during that time weren't able to perform. I mean, that's how things work, If there's something that I'm able to do now, the people who are going to be here 100 years from now should be able to, do it better. That's, that's how people, like, we keep on setting a new standard. You know what I mean? We keep on setting a new standard. I think Usain Bolt is still like the fastest man, like, but someone is gonna break his record in the next 10, 20 years, you know. Or, not if it's impossible to break his record, someone is gonna like match his record. But really, if there were some people who were performing miracles in the past, we would have been able to carry that tradition into the future. We would see people performing miracles now. No one would, you know, doubt that miracles exist. I mean, a lot of people doubt that miracles exist. Even Christians doubt that miracles exist. That is why they go to churches where pastors perform miracles and don't even ask questions. I mean, you see that your pastor is clearly performing a fake miracle. Clearly, like, no one should even debate that these pastors be performing fake miracles, especially African pastors, which just want money. And the pastors who do not want to perform miracles never really perform any miracle. Like, if you don't want to perform fake miracles, you're not going to perform any miracles, because any miracle, because all miracles are fake. I have never seen a real miracle in my life. I've only seen people performing fake miracles that everyone knows are fake, but they don't want to admit. I mean, those who want to follow the people who perform fake miracles, they don't want to admit that these miracles that these people are performing are fake. That's what I've seen. We should ask ourselves why no one is able to perform real miracles. When people get sick, they go to a hospital. I've seen pastors in hospitals before. Like, when shit gets real, they'll be like, hey, I gotta go to a hospital. And like, why? I mean, if I believe in Jesus, bro, like 100%, like, me specifically, like, if I believed in Jesus for real, I wouldn't go to no hospital. I mean, that shows that the whole thing is a scam. That's a sign. Why go to a hospital if you can just pray? Why pay money if you can just pray? Because you have to pay someone money. So okay, you believe in someone who's more powerful than any human, but then you're going to choose to go and get help from a human? Why? Does he not care about you? We need to ask questions as people. If I was a Christian, I wouldn't be scared, bro. I wouldn't be scared of nothing, I wouldn't even lock my door when I sleep. But like, it is what it is, I mean, even when I go out, I wouldn't even lock my door. It is what it is. I wouldn't be scared to walk at 1 a.m. in the morning drunk. Maybe Christianity doesn't condone that, but I've never read the Bible. I mean, Jesus turned water to wine, right? So I wouldn't be afraid of anything. But like, yeah, it is what it is. Whatever happens is the will of God. So why should I be afraid? I wouldn't run away from nothing. But I've seen pastors run away from problems before. I wouldn't run away from anything. I would carry myself like Jesus, bro. Jesus didn't run away when they tried to crucify him, but of course, the Bible was written by people, so we can't really know for sure what happened. I mean, in the real world, people do run away when there's a problem. When they know that some people want to unalive them, they run away if they can run away. So yeah, we need to ask questions. The Bible is telling on itself. Ever read the Bible? I know that most of y'all guys wouldn't read the Bible, but if you read the Bible, you'd realize that, oh shit. Ever had a friend who was kind of messed up who would always be causing problems wherever they go, but who don't want to take accountability. They think they're always right. They come to you and tell you what happened, and you're like, shit, this person is wrong. But you're like, hey, it's my friend. I gotta make them feel better. Like, I've had those kind of friends who are always wrong. They tell you their side of the story, and you're just like, oh shit, what's wrong with this person? Like, they don't see that they're wrong. Because they should be able to see that they're wrong. How is it that they're not able to see that they're wrong? When you read the Bible, you realize that there are a lot of things that are just messed up like a lot of things that are messed up. God is clearly the bad guy in the Bible. Kind of seems like the devil is like an anti-villain, but God is the bad guy because he's the one who unalived most people in the Bible, and for no good reasons at all. Like, he has unalived a lot of people. He has tortured a lot of people for no good reason. He's declared that he does create suffering, creates the light, it creates darkness. He's omnipotent. It means that he can do anything. He's all-knowing, meaning that he knew what he was doing when he created us. If he knew what he was doing when he created us, doesn't that tell us that he wanted us to be the way that we are? He wanted Benedictine to be making this video right now because he's all-knowing. He knew that I was going to make this video. So will it make sense if, like, he punished me in the end if he knew that this is what's going to happen? You know what that would be like? That would be like if I decided to throw this thing outside, right? And I knew that an accident was going to happen because I threw it outside, and I still decided to throw it outside. Whose fault is it that that accident happened? Like, I knew that if I throw this thing outside, there's going to be an accident that's going to happen. Like, I knew beyond any reasonable doubt. I'm the one who started the whole ripple effect. I knew what was going to happen 100%, but then I start the ripple effect. Who's really at fault? Is it the one who's going to cause the accident, or it's me? We need to be real. We need to be real. We need to be honest. The Bible is telling on itself. What was Adam and Eve punished for? Eating from a tree of knowledge. But not just like knowledge, any kind of knowledge. We're talking about a knowledge of good and evil. That's important. Shouldn't conscious beings know when they're doing something that is messed up? Should we do things that are messed up without realizing that we're doing things that are messed up? Think about it. I mean, the worst kind of people are the people who do things that are wrong and not even realize that what they're doing is wrong. I know those kind of people. I've lived with those kind of people. I have dated those kind of people. I've been friends with those kind of people. They're the worst kind of messed up people, right? You're supposed to know if you do something that is wrong or if you did something that is wrong, so that you'll take accountability. I'm a person who likes to make up for my own sins, you know? If I treat you wrong, I need to make up for that, because I'm not perfect. So of course I'm going to make mistakes, you know? That's part of being a human. But can you imagine if I did something wrong and not even realize that I did something wrong? Someone suffers because of me and I don't take accountability. I'm like, hey, it is what it is. I'm perfect. I'm always right. I'm perfect. Like, nah. We need to ask questions, man. Like, that's a sign that something is wrong. Something is off. There are many verses in the Bible that clearly tell us that God is the bad guy. Hell. Some Christians will try to justify hell. Be like, hey, if your child did something that was wrong, would you be a good parent if you didn't like punish them a little? You just make them see that they are wrong. You just let them do all the wrong shit and you don't even tell them that they did something wrong. Like, would you be a good parent? Well, what you must understand about hell is that no one can escape, right? We're talking about eternal damnation. Yeah? Like I said, how old was the person who's like lived the longest in this planet? Maybe like 150, right? Like, I don't know. But no one has ever lived for more than 200 years. I mean, the Bible tells us that some people lived for 900 years, so okay, fine. Let's say some people have lived for more than 900 years. Do you think it makes sense that they get punished for eternity? For sins that they've committed in their lifetime, if they don't even like get to live for eternity? Shouldn't maybe they get punished for 900 years, maybe? And what will be gained out of that? Like, what will that make them better? Will they come out of hell be like, yeah, now I want to be a better person? Or they will come out of hell and be resentful and even hate God because of what he would have put them through? You know why a lot of people don't believe in God now? Because they've suffered, dude. I'm serious. Like, if there was no suffering in this world and they told us about God, they wouldn't even care. Like, oh yeah, there's a God. No one would be thinking, hey, what if they're lying to us? But people have suffered a lot that they're like, hey, I don't know, bro. Talking about a lake of fire where people will be tormented for eternity. They will be tormented by a God that loves them. Come on. Isn't that a sign that something is off? Isn't that the sign that, Christians are lying to themselves? How is that possible that a God that loves them can torment them for eternity for sins that they've committed in their lifetime, even if they didn't get to like live for that long? I mean, human beings do make mistakes, bro. I have made mistakes when I was young. I still do make mistakes now. It's part of being human. Remember, we don't know what the heck we're doing, so of course we're gonna make mistakes. Of course, sometimes we're gonna screw up. It's part of being human. You can never be perfect in this realm. You're gonna screw up, period. Like, that's part of being a human. You understand? Like, you can't escape that. You will screw up. No one can be perfect in this realm because we don't really know what the heck we're doing. So of course people are going to make mistakes. So really, does it make sense that they get tormented for eternity because of the mistakes that they've made? Some people are psychos, bruh. I don't think I don't think like doing anything messed up to someone, but some people do. Some people are just like that. What can we do? So yes, they will do things that are more messed up than the things that I will do in this reality, but still, doesn't mean that they deserve hell. They're just that way. You know, it's not like they asked for this. It's not like they signed a contract before they came here that, hey, I'm taking this deal. I want to have an experience here, and if I fail to uh, uh, follow the rules, if I fail to follow the laws, then I should be punished for eternity. No one signed any contract here. We need to be honest. We need to be intellectually honest. If something does not make sense, it does not make sense. I'm sorry. Let's be real as people. We've been lying to ourselves for too long. It doesn't even make sense anymore. You know, grown, like, people who are in their 60s still lying. You know, does God even answer prayers? Seriously, like, does God answer prayers? There are people that I know who've been praying their whole lives for one thing, and nothing ever changed in their lives. So does God really answer prayers? Or people are just lying to themselves? Of course, in this world, some things are going to go well for you. You know what I mean? It's not like everything is going to be messed up. You're a human. Sometimes you're going to win, sometimes you're going to lose. You know, it's like if you go like, to a place where you can, like, gamble, right? Of course, sometimes you're going to win, sometimes you're going to lose. It wouldn't matter if you pray, it wouldn't matter if you don't pray. That's just what happens. You're not going to lose all the time. It's part of being human, you know. That's how it works in this world. And some people are going to lie to themselves and be like, hey, I prayed for this. I prayed for the kind of life that I have. So that means that prayer works. You're like, pray for something that is impossible to happen. Let's see if prayer works. Don't tell me that you prayed for the kind of job that you have. Of course you will. It's not like the kind of job that you got, it just came to you like that. No, you've been trying to get that kind of job. You've been working. You went to school. You've studied, you know. You weren't just sitting in one place and just praying. So of course, some people are going to win. Some people are going to lose. Some people are going to get what they want. Some people ain't going to get what they want. You know, I prayed that I get the kind of husband that I have. You look at the woman and you're like, dang, she's beautiful as fuck. Like, she could marry anyone. You know what I mean? It's not like you this ugly person that no one loves, and you pray that you get a husband like Barack Obama, and then boom, Barack Obama shows up, and no, that's impossible. It doesn't happen in this reality. So prayer doesn't really work. It's just that people are wishful thinkers. People want signs of the supernatural happening, you know. When I was still a Christian, I would see Christians giving testimonies, stand in front of church and just give testimonies. And you're like, but that's not special. It's not like what happened to you special. It even got to a point where people just stood in front of other people to brag. You know what I mean? You're like, but this person just wants to brag here. They're not even giving testimony. Like, they just want to brag. They just want to show people that things are working out for them. That's it. Like, yeah, God gave me this, God gave me that. It's like when rappers are bragging, you know. I'm a big fan of hip hop. I know rappers brag. In fact, rappers brag about things that they do not have, you know. I got beaches, I got Nigga, there's this other rapper that I've listened to that I actually like. He used to say, yo, man, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't getting no beaches. Like, I got no beaches at all, you know? Because every rapper feels like they must lie about having beaches. Like, I don't got beaches. And I thought that was dope, you know? Like, honesty. Like, I appreciate honesty. But yeah, every rapper is gonna brag. That's how we are as humans. We want to brag. We want people to think that we are doing better than we're doing. And when things work out for us, we want other people to know that things are working out for us. That is why when a person buys a car, they post their car on Facebook. It's, you know, they're gonna take a picture, you know, even before they drive that car, post it on Facebook. Why? Is it them just trying to praise God, or they just want other people to see that things are working out for them because they know that in this world, you know, life is hard. People don't get what they want, so they're trying to show people that, hey, I'm doing well. I'm a great person. You know, look at what I managed to achieve. You know, trying to show the haters that things are working out for them. That's it. That's how I felt when I see people giving testimonies, because you're like, that's not special. It's not like you're telling me that you didn't have a hand and you prayed one day and your hand grew back. You know, that's special. Yeah, you should talk about that if that happens. But if you just buy a car, like the people do buy cars, you're just bragging. You're just being like a rapper. You're just being a human. Human beings are like that. There's so much suffering in this realm. We need to be honest. There's so much suffering in this realm. Think about it. If you are a God and you created this, how would you feel? If you're seeing people suffering, like, let's be honest here. How would you feel? Bro, like, I've been in so many situations where I felt like I wanted to make things better for another person. You see that this person is really in a bad situation, you're like, shit, I wish I could help. You know, I wish I could help this person. I wish I could help this person. We're told that there's this God who loves us. He loves us more than any person in this world, right? God loves you more than your boyfriend, more than that guy that was obsessed with you, that guy that was willing to do anything for you. God loves you more than that guy. But you pray to him every single day and this nigga doesn't answer your prayer. You're suffering, you're desperate. You have no money, your children are suffering, they're not succeeding. Sometimes you go to sleep hungry. You go to bed hungry. You wake up in the morning, no plans. You don't know what to do. You live in a house with this guy who's abusive towards you. You're praying. You want to be free. God is not answering your prayers. Really, does that make sense? We're talking about a God that loves you more than your father loves you, more than your mother loves you, more than your boyfriend loves you, more than anyone in this world who's capable of loving another person can love you. But he lets you suffer. Why? We've seen things that are unfair happening to people in this world, bro. Things that we would never want to see happening to us. You're like, that's just, dude, I can't believe that happened to that person. Can't believe that happened to that guy. Can't believe that happened to that girl. Like, yo. And you get scared sometimes, because if horrible things happen to some people and you are a person, you're like, ish, that means that can happen to me too, you know? There's so much suffering in this realm that it doesn't really make sense for us to believe that there's someone who's watching over us, who cares about us. I mean, yeah, because nothing is random. So, you know, it's logical to think that there's someone who's watching over us, but they don't give a shit. You know, like if you watch the Truman Show, Christopher didn't really give a shit about Truman. He just wanted to make a great show. You know, that's it. He didn't really care if Truman was suffering. He didn't really care if Truman wasn't happy. He's like, hey man, I'm just trying to make a great show. And he was able to make a great show. So if there is a God, we need to ask ourselves what his intentions are. I mean, Christianity tells us that, hey, God loves us. God doesn't want us to suffer. But really, there's so much suffering in this world. But he's not like making things better. You might say, oh, no, he created heaven. But there's still a problem. He also spoke about hell. I mean, he didn't. It's just people who, you know, but still. We've been told about hell. That these people are going to be tortured 24/7 because they didn't figure out that Christianity was true. Like that's really what the whole thing is about. It's not about sinning. You know, because people think you will not go to heaven because you sinned. Like no. You'll not go to heaven because you don't believe in Christianity. You could sin your whole life. You can be like Saul, unalive people your whole life, and then on your last day on earth, you decide to repent. Like, you know what I did was wrong. I accept Jesus as my Lord and Savior, and you go to heaven. So it's just about believing in this religion. That's it. That's what the whole thing is about. It's not about you being a good person. It's not about you loving other people. It's not about you treating other people with respect. Someone should have prophesied that there's gonna be some guy who would speak the truth all the time and who likes to drink. You know what I hate about prophecies? Like, they're not like really specific. Like, they prophesy about, like, prophesy about things that we all can predict, you know? Like, in the future, everyone is going to be using artificial intelligence for anything. Everyone is going to have like a robot in their home that's like assisting them with everything. Like, we know that that's what's going to happen. We see that that's, you know what I mean? Like, it's obvious that that's where we are going as a society, you know? We're going to have holograms that we can touch. Of course, that's where we're going as a society. We'll be able to teleportation is going to be possible, you know? Like, nothing is impossible in this realm. It's not even real. It's a simulation. It's a dream. So anything is actually possible. Like, there isn't anything that is like going to be impossible. So it's easy to see what's gonna happen in the future. It's easy to see what's gonna happen in the future. All the prophecies that were made in the Bible don't really talk about like technology, yeah, because that's, no one could have predicted that we'll have technology. I mean, when I was growing up, I didn't even think that the internet was possible. I mean, I was born in 1993. The internet had already been invented, but you know, where I lived there was no internet, so we didn't know that, you know, that was possible. Like, you know, something like that could be possible. So imagine people who have lived like over 1,000 years ago. They couldn't have predicted that we would have these kind of technologies, but it would have been dope if someone prophesied and said, yeah, there's gonna be vehicles that people can drive, or there'll be self-driving vehicles, you know, the Teslas and all that. There'll be cameras, there'll be cell phones. People will be able to communicate with people like that. Dude, can you imagine? No, the prophecies that they've made are not prophecies that people wouldn't have been able to make. Like, remember, they've been philosophers who've, like, it's like, as a I consider myself a philosopher. I can predict what will happen in the future because I think. All right. So of course they were able to predict that. What predictions did they even make? Like in the book of Revelation, the 666 thing. Like, there might have been people who already liked 666. It had to be like, they already like how the the 666 thing look, like how the numbers look when how the number 6 looks when it's written like 3 times. What else? That young people will be having children. Young people were already having children, so they knew that in the future it's gonna get worse. Just like I know now that 10 years from now, a lot of women are gonna be selling. You know what I wanted to say, but that's the thing. Like, we know where society is going. History is always repeating itself. Like, there's nothing new here. All right. They need to be able to give us specific prophecies, and you might say, okay, because the most accurate prophecy that I've seen is the prophecy from that guy who predicted what was going to happen to, yeah, I've made a video about it. I don't even want to mention this guy's name, bro. But he sounded like that guy. Like, when I was listening to him speak, I was like, he sounded like that guy. Like, he really sounded like that guy. Like, exactly like that guy. I was like, what's really going on here? And it's also possible that if you see someone making a prophecy about you, saying that you're going to be very successful, you're going to be very powerful, and this is what's going to happen to you, you might even make it happen just to make other people believe in you. You're like, hey, you know what I mean? So that person might actually, even if you didn't like plan with that person, but that person might end up thinking, yo, that means I can really prophesy. Like, nah, he saw what you said about him. Technology, we have technology now. And he's like, you know what, let me plan everything so that people would believe. I mean, open your eyes. You're being manipulated. We need to open our eyes, see things as they really are in this reality. It's not even real, but we call it reality because, well, it seems real. There have been many prophets who've prayed for me and who've made prophecies about me, and no one predicted that I was going to be what I am today. Some prophets said I was going to end up becoming a pastor. In fact, I think more than like 5 prophets told me that I was going to end up becoming a pastor. Remember, I used to be a Christian, so I've went to different churches. I've had many prophets praying for me, and it'll be like, yo, I see a pastor, bro. I see a pastor. Like, you're gonna be a very powerful pastor. And I'll be like, me? Do you even know how I think? Me becoming a very powerful pastor, like that makes 0 sense, bro. Like, I don't believe, I might be here now, but that doesn't really mean that I believe in, I'm just trying to figure out how things really work. I'm trying to figure out if you really can prophesy, because people have been saying that you can prophesy. So if you can prophesy, tell me something that's true. No one was able to tell me about my life. Like, no one was able to expose my secrets. I'm here, dude. Tell me what I'm thinking now. Tell me who my ex-girlfriend is. I remember I went to this church after my ex-girlfriend. Like, there's this one girl that truly broke my heart. Like, hey, that many girls who broke my heart, but there's this one girl, man. Like, she really broke my heart. So I remember My granddad went to this church and they prayed for him and he fell, right? He fell and started rolling and all that. And he was like, I want you to go to that church with me so that that pastor can remove the things that you have. And I was like, I know that I don't fall when they pray for me, but you seem convinced that this guy is real, so let's go. I went there with him, he prayed for me. Nothing happened. But when I was there, I was like, I was praying about my ex. I know that's, don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me, but that girl broke my heart. I wanted her back, bro. This nigga couldn't prophesy that I was in deep pain. Like I was suffering, bro. Like I was suffering. I was in so much pain. This nigga couldn't, prophesy about that. He just told me that I'm going to be a pastor. That's what he told me. He was like, yo, man, I see a pastor. Like I see a very powerful man of God. It's like, maybe this guy just wants me to come into his church regularly and he wants to make me his son because, I kind of look like, I can pull this off. I kind of look like a leader. So he just wants me to be there. Yeah, but nothing happened. He prayed for me. Nothing happened. I didn't fall down. He didn't really say anything that was like really true. We need to ask ourselves why that doesn't happen. People get manipulated. I've heard people saying, "Oh, I went to this prophet who told me this and that and that," but when you ask them how the whole thing happened, you see that they were giving that information away because they already believe that the guy that they were talking to is the man of God. So they don't believe that it's a scam. So they give him information indirectly, and that guy confirmed to them that what they are giving him is you know what I mean? It's like this, the mediums that like this how they work. They scam people that way. You just listen to what the person is. You just make the person tell you the truth about themselves, and you pretend as if you're not using the information that they gave you to kind of like, create stories. God's servants ain't special. No, for real. Like, they're just like any of us. Like, they're these people with superpowers, or they're like Buddha. They've meditated for years. It's just people like me and you. I was having a conversation with my childhood friend about this guy who became a pastor. We knew him when we were young. He used to drink a lot. He used to rob people a lot. He used to be like he was a scam artist. He used to scam people. He became a pastor, and we're like, damn, like he has like that's a scam too. Like he's some special guy. Like I was chosen by God. Like he's a scam artist, and he's using Christianity to scam people. It seems like people want to be scammed, bro. That's another thing that I've realized. It's scary. People actually want to be like if I decided to scam people now, people would fall for it and want to be scammed. It's scary. Why? I don't understand what is it in us that makes us want to be scammed. Like it is scary, and that's why it's hard for people who are real to be successful because they don't want to scam anyone. We just want to be real. We just want to tell y'all the truth. What I'm saying makes so much sense that I don't need to lie. I don't need to scam. I don't need, because I'm speaking the truth. You can see that what I'm saying is the truth. There's nothing that anyone can say against what I'm saying. I don't give how intelligent they are. Like even like a solid Christian, if they can watch this video, there's nothing that makes sense that they're going to say against what I'm saying, because I'm speaking the truth. But people want to be scammed, bro. If I decided to pull some scam, like how people will be here and getting scammed. It's the craziest thing ever. People want to be scammed. But yeah, I've had a conversation with my childhood friend about this guy, and we were laughing when we were having that conversation that this nigga is scamming because we know him. We know how he thinks. So these people that we call men of God are just like Everyone. There's nothing special about them. It's not like they are more kind than everyone else, and it seems like people, like God doesn't really choose the kindest people. That's another thing that I've realized. Like, he doesn't really choose the kindest people. He usually chooses the people who used to fuck up a lot. Someone coming from prison who has unalived a lot of people. Like now, now he's saved. You like, come on. It's like people. Sorry. It seems like people fuck up a lot and then end up expecting, God to save them because they feel guilty. Like, the people who have fucked up a lot actually feel guilty about what they did, so they will look for a religion that tells them that, hey, it doesn't matter what you did. It doesn't matter if you unalive people. Jesus loves you. So they end up believing in Christianity. Like, no, it does matter. You gotta make amends. Can you imagine if you got aped by someone? I don't even think YouTube will allow me to use this word. It's crazy. This censorship thing is crazy. But yeah, let's just say that happened to you. And you stop believing in God because that happened to you. Someone aped you. And yeah. What do you think? How do you think you would feel if you saw the person in heaven? Okay, let me put it this way. Let's say someone aped you, and then you ended up stop believing in God, and you took a different path, and then in the end they show you that person in heaven because that person repented. Like, how would you feel? Let's be honest. How would you feel? We need to think right and stop lying to ourselves. People lie to themselves a lot, and it's actually scary. People need to be honest with themselves about what's going on, about how things really work. Too many religions in the world, bruh. There are too many religions in the world, and that tells us something. That's a sign that something is off. If there was one religion that is actually true, people would know that that religion is true. They wouldn't have to believe in like many different religions because they don't know what the truth is. What you must understand is that okay, I wanted to say that people want the truth, but that would have been a lie. I know that people lie to themselves a lot. They don't really want to hear the truth, but they're looking for someone to save them. That is true, right? So of course, because religion, that's what the message is about. Like, if you believe in this religion, you're gonna be saved in the end. Of course, they would want the right religion so that they will be saved. But there's still too many religions in this realm for us to believe that there's a religion that's kind of like superior. I mean, Christianity, of course, is the most popular religion in the world, but look at how it was introduced to us, how it was introduced to a lot of people in the world. It's not like someone just preached and people were like, "Oh, yeah, I'm vibing with this. This is making sense." No. Wars have been fought. People have been unalived. People have been conquered. That tells us something. It's not like people just felt like that was true, like they just resonated with the message. No, we were indoctrinated. Growing up, they used to preach to us at a school assembly. Open the Bible and actually preach to children at school. That's just messed up. So what were we supposed to think? We're supposed to believe in a religion that our teachers were telling us to believe in. I mean, even the teachers who didn't believe in this religion, when they had to listen to those who believe in this religion preaching. I mean, those who didn't believe at all, they just had to stand in the school assembly and pretend as if what is being said makes sense. So because we were young, we had to take what our teachers were telling us, because those were the people that we looked up to. That is why we believed in the Bible, even though it wasn't like really making a lot of sense. We believed in the Bible because of what we were being told. Oh, no, not because of what we were being told, but because of how we looked at the people who were telling us what they were telling us. So it's not about what we were being told. It was about who was telling us what we were being told. These are the people that we were told to trust. Our parents said, hey, you must trust your teachers. You must listen to your teachers. They know a lot. I mean, when you're young, you believe that your teachers know a lot. When you're young, you believe that your parents know a lot. You look at your parents the same way that you look at superheroes, if superheroes existed. So of course you believe them. You would not think, hey, these people don't know what the heck they're talking about. You'd assume that they know what they're talking about, even if they don't know what they're talking about. You see? There's too many religions in this world, man. That's a red flag. That's a sign that something is off. People should know what the truth is and choose to do their own thing, knowing what the truth should be obvious, especially considering the price that would need to be paid for not knowing the truth. People shouldn't be like, because the way that we're being made to choose the truth, it's kind of like if they put something inside something like this, right? Like put it, like cover it with this, but then like, let's say it was black and like it was not transparent, so they covered like something with this and put like maybe 100 of these like on top of a table, and they say choose which one has that thing. That's the thing. That's what's going on now. Like, how do we choose the right religion? Is it like, how do we choose the right religion? Unconditional submission is like the main thing in this religion. Like, you must not ask questions. You must do as you're told. No questions asked. When they say don't do this, you'll be like, okay, I'm not going to do it. No questions asked. When they say do this, you're like, I'm going to do it. No questions asked. If there are people that I'm really scared of, it's people who don't ask questions. People who just do what they're told. They don't give a damn what's right. They don't give a damn what makes sense. They just do what they're told. Ain't you scared of those kind of people who just do what they're told? No questions asked. If Jesus, let's say I was a Christian and I saw Jesus right now, and he said, hey man, look, there's this person, all right, like he lives in their house. The person is bad. You have to do something to him. If I don't ask questions, I would just be like, okay, Jesus, I'm gonna do what you're saying. There's this story that I've followed. It's about this guy. it's just I forgot his name. Oh, his name is Chad, and this lady, her name is Lori. So Lori, like this guy was like a cult leader, right? It's like a cult leader. Lived in the U. He lives like they are arrested now, but they live in the U.S. So yeah, he wrote, a couple of books, and Lori came across one of his books, and she read it, and she just fell in love with the message. She felt like it was true. So what the guy was practically saying was that some people are zombies here, some people are zombies, and he convinced her that her husband was a zombie. She ended up, her and her brother ended up unaliving her husband because he also kind of like believed in those teachings. Like I think she's the one who made him believe in that guy's teachings. Her and that guy ended up dating, so I think he's the one who told her to unalive her husband because he was a zombie. And they ended up, him and that guy ended up unaliving her own children. Isn't that crazy? No questions asked. No questions asked. You see how dangerous religion is. If the powers that be came up with technology that can like show us what they want to show us, like they show you, like if you've watched the TV series The Three Body Problem, like they show you what they want you to see. And you think this world will turn into chaos? People wouldn't even ask questions like, hey, why am I saying this? What's going on? Because they don't think right. That's why I'm scared of people who don't ask questions. They'll just show you, Allah, if you're a Muslim, telling you to do some messed up thing. I mean, Muslims have done messed up things before because they believed they were gonna. That's funny actually. Like, they're gonna get virgins and have like. I'm disappointed. To be honest with y'all, I'm disappointed. We're supposed to think as humans. We're not like, I'm not like a lizard. I'm not like a cow. I'm not like a cat. I think cats are smart, bro. But yeah, I'm not like a cat. But it seems like some humans just don't think. It seems like some humans are just like look, I do not hate Christians at all. My mom is a Christian. My sisters are Christians because they grew up in church. I just think that it's important that we are honest with ourselves. If we want to make things better in the world, only the truth is going to set us free, not the lies that we're telling ourselves. There's no way we're fixing any problem if we are lying to ourselves. It's not possible. You're not fixing any problem by lying to yourself. It's through honesty that you are actually able to fix the problems that you have. What you must notice is that most of the problems that you have caused in your own life are the problems that you have caused because you were not honest with yourself. I remember I was having a conversation with this other guy. He was like, yo man, I'm married and this girl doesn't seem to love me and all. I'm like, you saw the signs, bro. And he admitted that he did see, he saw the red flags and he just decided to, but like, it is what it is. Like, you need to be so damn honest with yourself so that you will make the right decisions. Suffer because, well, this is a realm of suffering. Don't suffer because you're making dumb decisions by choosing to ignore the red flags. You need to be as honest as possible. You need to be as real as possible. The lies that people are telling themselves ain't going to save them. It's just going to make them feel comfortable for a while. Like I've been telling y'all that if you lie to yourself, you're going to have to pay for the lies that you've been telling yourself. Because the truth is still going to reveal itself. It's not like the truth is going to be like, okay, this person is lying to themselves, let me just run away. No, the truth is still going to reveal itself. And that person is going to be like, whoa. But if you see the truth, even before it reveals itself, you're right. You're going to make the right decisions. You see? Try to be as honest as possible with yourself. Wait, did I give y'all guys 10 reasons? Well, just in case I didn't give y'all 10 reasons, the whole thing just doesn't make sense. No, the whole thing, honestly, it doesn't. Like when you look at the whole thing, you see that it makes zero sense. So, yeah, that's a sign that something is off. Thank you all, guys.